love. Hi, friends. Maga Supreme here, coming at you guys with a sacred Sunday reading. Oh, I almost forgot. Whenever I do try to whenever I meditate, sometimes I use my AirPods. But if I try to record with my AirPods and the audio comes like all kind of messed up. So let's do that intro again. Welcome to my sacred Sunday reading. So for this sacred Sunday, I don't know. This one just feels different, mostly because I know that this is my 100th video. Um, I know this is my 100th video. I had to do a little bit of light maneuvering to make this happen, but make it happen I did. So this Sacred Sunday is very powerful. It's actually very much like a happy celebration for me as well. Like I've been doing YouTube for almost a year now. And though like my growth isn't quite like what I expected it to be, I'm still no, actually, the growth has actually exceeded my expectations. Let me stop lying. The growth actually exceeded my expectations. I've never really been like popular like on anything or anywhere that I go. So the fact that I can even get like 240 people to like subscribe to my channel is awesome like milestone for me. Like honestly, I really thought that like, I wasn't going to get like any more than like maybe like 10 or 50 people. I had really low expectations like for like myself and what I'm capable of. But the beautiful thing about me doing this channel is realizing that I'm much more competent, much more capable, much more gifted, and much more powerful than I even gave myself credit for. Um, I started this channel mostly just to like give back and help people. Monetization wasn't really like the goal. It was just I really just wanted to get out here to like really practice my gift and like to really just like help people as much as I can. That's why like my readings are very heavy, or at least like I try to keep my readings more spiritual and like deep in nature, because I really want people to like really come to a deeper and more refined part to themselves. I don't know if refined is the right word, but that's the word that came to me. A more deeper and like more intimate connection within themselves and to their spiritual guidance. Um, I didn't really get on here. One of the biggest things that I really have to like really say is that my readings are not for entertainment purposes. Like I don't get on here to read just like, oh, look what I can do. Oh, I can read cards. Like no. To me, tarot, divination is much deeper than that. This is about connecting to forces that are bigger and outside of us. And I really think that even though a lot of them are very playful and very like, not so serious, I do think that this is should be a more serious undertaking. Like I feel like the respect for the art of divination has really just gone in decline. Look at me sounding like an old man. I feel like the respect for the art of divination has gone in decline. People are out here just flaunting their gifts, and to me, it seems like more like charlatans. Like they're just out here just doing whatever with their gifts. But I wanted my channel to be different and to be distinct, and yeah, to be distinct. Even if I do more of the entertainment type readings, I do want there to be like a deep nugget and a deep purpose to those readings, which is why you don't see me doing focusing on more like negative energies. You don't see me having a heavy focus on, sexual encounters or what other people is like thinking about you or things of that nature. This is more to get you to think about yourself. And that's the purpose of my reading is about you as as the watcher, as the quote unquote querent, the person who's partaking and consuming my videos. Um, it's just a little bit about like my mission statement, why I even just started doing this reading. I literally legit did this because I wanted to help, I wanted to share, and I wanted to connect people to themselves. I didn't get into this because I have a gift and I think I should be getting paid for it. No, even though my guys actually have to pay this gift, but wanted to just like do it for free, do it for charity, and do it for the love and do it for the help. But my guys really pushed me. They're like, "No, you deserve to be paid for this." And at first, I didn't believe them, but now I see why. I'm really gifted, and yada yada yada. But yes, this is my 100 video. So I just want to give a big thank you to all 241, I think 241 of my subscribers. Even those of you who don't watch my Sacred Sunday videos, or those of you who don't even comment, I still just want to give you all a big fat thank you, because every little bit helped, every subscriber helped, and even like getting past 100 subscribers was something that I didn't even think that was going to happen for me. So this has been a really long and slow process, a slow growing process, but the fact that there's even any growth at all continues to inspire me with confidence, and it allows me to know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm here, I'm sharing my gifts, I'm sharing the messages that come straight to me from Father, and I'm walking in alignment with my purpose. And I couldn't be happier, or at least one aspect of my purpose. My purpose is much deeper than doing tarot on YouTube, but this is one aspect of it, and I'm happy to be here. So for this Sacred Sunday reading, I just got out of meditation. My meditation is very powerful today. I nearly almost cried twice. Just recounting a lot of personal experiences, a lot of what I now know that really suck into me was that angelic encounters, like literally being reached out to by angels. This spiritual journey has been like really, really wild for me. Like going from someone who was like practically like, an enemy against God, or just someone that like really was a skeptic and didn't really believe, to someone that's become like a really true and earnest believer, to the point to where I can even commune with angels, has been like trippy. It has been really, really trippy. But the fact that they come to me and I know them as brother and sister has been trippy. Stepping into the sacred divinity of my soul, of my spirit, and of my path, and who I really meant to be, was the best thing that could ever happen in my life. Um, because before all this, I used to think that I was no one, that I was worthless, that my life had no purpose, that I can die and no one will really truly miss me. But through like my spiritual awakenings, through getting closer to God, Father, as I'm gonna call him, getting closer to Father, I really just came to understand that I have a purpose, that I'm here for a reason, and the reason is not to suffer, to think lowly and poorly of myself. It was just a really deep and like powerful, really deep and powerful meditation. So for this Sacred Sunday reading, as you guys seen, that I channeled it the is, what is, and is not. Um, this was inspired because I was watching a video on YouTube. For those of you, no, I don't have a live nerds on this channel, but some of you guys might know about the SCP Foundation, or the SCP. If you don't worry about it. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but there was a story on like the from the SCP about a place called Auto Papadopoulos. And in that place, Auto Papadopoulos was the first city in creation, and it talked a lot about like the two true gods of the universe, is and is not. And that really struck me like really, really hard. Like I'm like, it's so simple, but yet so complex at the same time. And I watched a tarot card reading, and someone said that phrase, like, it's the universe is so simple but so complex at the same time. It's a divine paradox. And it just rings with me right now, and I just felt like that was a message that I had to like really share. So I channeled the message, because ever since I seen that video, mind you, that was like 2 3 days ago, it just has not left me. So today I finally took the time out to like really write down the message that was trying to come to me through it, instead of just like thinking about it. I had to channel it through automatic writing to really allow it to express itself. So I'm gonna start off by reading the channel message that I got. There is only what is and the illusion of what is not. Is factual. Is forms the foundation of reality and influences your existence. Is not is the shadow of is. is not lies outside the borders of what is. Is not shadows what is. And though it has no real power, its influence is always felt. Become closer to what is to rebuff the is not. Dwelling in the energy of is not discomforts you. Oh, discourage. Okay. Discourages you. No, it's not discourage, it's disconnects. I tell you, whenever I start channeling and I start writing, my handwriting just does not look familiar to me. The energy of is not disconnects you from the reality of what is. Gird your mind and fix your sight on what is. Least you fall prey to its shadow is not. So there's something for you guys to think about, a very, very deep and paradoxical thing. But basically, what I got from that is that what is should form your foundations and your reality. What is not is like the shadow. You know what is in your life. You know what is true because it is. What is not there. It lives on the outside of what is, but it has influence. It can influence what you perceive to be what is. It's a shadowy thing. Focus more so on what is, what's true, what's factual for your life, what is happening, what is actually here in your experience right now. Stay focused in the now because outside of the now, outside of what is the is not. And looking towards the is not and focusing on the is not can be a disquieting experience and can disconnect you from your now of what is. Um, and he is not. That's when fears are born. It's the darkness. It's the subconscious mind. It's the subconscious and shadowy evidence. I mean, shadowy part of your reality and of your experience. That's kind of what I got from that. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But this is that message. There is more so about staying grounded and rooted in the now and what's true. Because a lot of people tend to try to overthink or focus on their future. And the future is not. It has not happened yet. It's subject to change depending on what you do now, on how you shape and structure the foundations of your reality and the is. Because the is forms your foundation for your reality. And the is not is the illusion. The is not disconnects you from your is, from the is. So it was such a simple and profound, such a simple thing, but has such a profound implication. I don't know if that's really going to be like the whole thing for the Sacred Sunday, but I know whenever there's something I feel guided to talk about, it's going to come up in some way, shape, or form. And I really feel like this has a lot to do with keeping your focus on your now, on shaping and taking your life step by step and making sure that you don't focus on doomsday scenarios in your head because that's where a lot of like anxiety, a lot of anxious thoughts come from. This is about watering the gardening of your mind with what is. Like if you guys are going through money troubles and you just think, oh, how am I going to pay the rent? Am I even going to have enough? That's the is not. Because what you have right now is the fact that your rent is paid for now, that you're currently working towards like getting everything paid for, that you have money in your pocket right now. And you've been taking the proper steps to ensure that you have money in the future because right now you've been going to work and you know you have another paycheck coming. So that's what is. Don't focus on what the is not, because what is not happening is that you're on the street or that you haven't been able to pay your rent. That hasn't happened yet. That's just the illusion. That's the is not. Hopefully you guys get it. I don't. It It seems deceptively simple, but it's also quite complex at the same time. But to me, I cut to the root of it, and it is about staying in the present moment, keeping yourself rooted and focused on your present day. So let's get into the chorus and see what messages comes out to support or to strengthen or to whatever wants to be said. Mm, mm, I see. Get one more. This one. All right. Excellent. All right. So I get it. We have the solar calm with clarify, Pisces with sensitize, debilitated with discomfort, and Chiron with heal. So many people say Chiron in so many different ways, and it's always funny to see how the name Chiron throws so many people to a loop. We can tell how many people studied their Greek mythology and who hasn't by the way that they pronounce Chiron. But at the end of the day, this message is like really, really clear. With solar calm, clarify, and Pisces sensitized being the first two to come out, this is about really a deep connection. I feel like the energy of like really coming to the truth of things. Because you can see here that in the solar calm card, these planets are like aligning with like the source, with this one big energy. And with Pisces sensitized, since this is the 12th card, I heard also the 12th house. This is about a deep spiritual and karmic connection towards yourself, towards the universe, towards what is. Yeah, towards what is. This is about really making sure that you guys take the time out of your lives to really get clear on what it is that is in your life. Don't spend a lot of time like thinking about what is not. Focus on the what is true for your life. This is gonna be a very I can tell this is gonna be a very paradoxical reading. You guys, hopefully you get it because I'm just going to say it as it's coming to me. It's the time to focus on the what is in your life, the foundations of your reality. What is true? What platform are you currently standing on now? What is your reality? What is your truth? This is the time to really clarify and to get sensitized to that fact. With the Pisces here being in a 12th house energy, this is all about like a spiritual connection and a balancing. As you can see, there's two fishes here, the yin and the yang, circling each other. If you guys seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, that concept to seem much more familiar to you, of the koi fishes like circling around each other and being a representation of masculine and feminine energy. This is the time to like really get clear, to go inside yourself and really deeply introspect, especially since the 12th house is about spiritual, well, it's about what's unseen in the world. And a lot of times what's unseen is the spirit. Yeah. Wow. The spirit. The the great is that a lot of people just don't want to believe, that they believe is the is not. Okay, I get it. Take the time out to really come down and be more, and to be more comfortable with yourself and more comfortable with your reality, because right now, or for some people, a lot of people, there's a lot of discomfort in the world right now. A lot of people are focused on the what is not. Like what is not is World War III. That hasn't happened yet. We might be, shaping up to it, but right now let's just focus on what is. Like, is are we in a world war? No, we're not. So don't really allow yourself to like fall into that energy of like really becoming discomforted and disquieting about what isn't happening, about what hasn't happened or what might not happen. The debilitated card talks about not being supported. This is debilitated card also speaks of like, in terms of like natal chart, when a planet is in a sign. I mean, when a sign is in a planet that it's not really comfortable with, like Capricorn and Mercury, or Pisces and Mars. What else? I think maybe Gemini and Saturn is also a not very good one too. So this is about like really being out of your element. But in order to come back into your element, to really make sure that you are more grounded, more sensitive, more grounded and able to, in order to like heal, you need to make sure that you get more clear about what is in your life, about what is true, about what you know for a fact, because the is the facts of your life. Get more clear on the facts of your life and come out of the is not, out of this discomforting and debilitated energy. It's time to heal. One of the other things about this, and another message that I'm getting from this is like, if you guys have really just been having a hard time and struggling with your life right now, struggling with acceptance of how your life is going, struggling with accepting the path that you're on, now's the time to really come back towards yourself. Come back to the trueness of who you are, the trueness of your experience, and allow that energy to be healed. The thing about Chiron is that Chiron is like our deepest wounds. The thing about Chiron's energy is that it's a wound that doesn't completely heal. Chiron ended up like getting injured, and he learned a lot about his injury, like because he was poisoned, and he really tried to learn a lot and put his great mind towards healing his own injury. But he wasn't really able to heal his injury. But through learning about his injury and through the great undertaking of like really learning medical knowledge and things of that nature, he became an excellent healer of other people. And this is something that's like really, really beautiful here. Your trauma, your experiences, the things that have happened to you, can really, the things that made you uncomfortable is also could be a great source of strength for you if you take the time out to get clear on it about what it is and what it is not. It can be a great source of healing, strength, and care for other people because your experiences, your pain, your trauma taught you a lot. Be able to be 100% clear and healed from their trauma, 100% clear and healed from the things that affected them so deeply. You can still use that experience to go forth and help other people who might be experiencing the same thing that you do, or that went through those type of experiences. This is the time for you to like become very clear about how your experiences have shaped you, about what is your reality, and get rid of the what is not, the shadow thoughts, the things that's not really true. This is a clearing house, coming back to self and a coming back to your home, to the true source of who you are, getting into alignment of who you are and becoming more clear. You are not your trauma. Your trauma shaped and experience and shaped you into the person that you are now. It gave you your power and allowed you to heal, to be able to heal other people. And this is funny because in my meditation, I was thinking a lot about my life, about how, and I said this in my prayer, about how I just was thankful that, that my life has a meaning, that the things that I went through wasn't for no reason, it wasn't senseless. And this is something that you guys really need to understand. The things that you go through isn't senseless. Everything happens for a reason. Even no matter how cliche that sounds, there's a kernel of truth in that. Everything happens for a reason. And when you take the time out to connect inside yourself, to get in alignment with the source, with what is, you'll really come to understand and have a better perspective. Sensitize yourself to your true power and your true nature and slide up out of this discomfort and this debilitated energy. You are not debilitated. You are not disabled. You are empowered through your experiences, right? No matter if they're good, bad, traumatic, or happy, or pleasing, triumphant, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. You get it. Allow yourself to use your experiences to shape the world and to help other people. And that's a very powerful thing that you can do in your life. Destiny. The Destiny card is all about being in alignment with your life purpose. And this is what I've been talking about the whole time. I've been saying I have a purpose. Thanks for purpose, purpose, purpose. Destiny is about being in alignment with your life purpose, with coming into step with that. The Destiny card is also about true love, but I don't know if we have anything about love here yet, but we do have the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine energy here again, with white and black, and this Pisces card here with the two kois. This is the energy of balance. of healing, of making sure that you are on your life purpose and your life path by becoming clear on what is and what is not. The destiny card also tells me that a lot of people, or like if you really, really resonate with this reading, you could very well be on your on your north node, your true life purpose. The things that you experienced in your life was destined. It was meant to happen, to shape your soul and to allow you to become more clear on what it is that you've been needing to that you might need to do in this world and in your life. To know that you have a purpose, faith. There's something very important about having faith. And like I said, this is about perseverance, faith and perseverance, about really making sure that you become clear, very, very clear on on what is true for your life, connecting and aligning yourself with source energy. Yes, creating and aligning yourself with source energy through the power of faith by believing in yourself, believing in that there's a divine plan for your life, by believing that there's forces out there that's greater than you that's want to assist and guide you. And that's why I got into my little bottom and Todd earlier about the sacredness of divination, about how we use divination to connect to forces greater than ourselves, and something like that should be greatly respected and not just be turned around and used to turn tricks like charlatans to sit around and mislead people, or to just focus on the wrong things that the is nots. Like, focus on what is, and what is you. You persevered, you survived, and you've been through so many things, Pal. Was about to say Pal Four, but you guys. And if some of you guys are really going through a traumatic or a rough time in your life, know that you're not suffering for no reason. Have faith that there is a divine plan for your life. Have faith that your reasoning, that you're suffering, that the things that you're experiencing isn't for naught. It's for a reason, and it's to help empower you. This is a learning time for yourself and to make sure that you become in closer alignment with your destiny and what is meant for you. Take the time out to really come down to what is true about your experience, about what you are learning, and get out of this debilitating discomfort energy by hanging out in the is not, about what is not happening and what is not true. I'm going to read the faith card a little bit because I get the feeling that I should like say something about it. We are all wounded. Some wounds are recognized easily, while others are not. Forge ahead and do not allow your pain to hold you back. You are meant to inspire others, and if you do not carry on, they will suffer. It is time to deliver your message. And this is exactly what I was saying about the energy of Chiron, about how Chiron was wounded. He learned a lot about his wounds. He gained extensive medical knowledge to try to heal his wound. But once he realized that he really couldn't and that wound was always going to be there, he turned that energy, that knowledge, towards helping other people. And this is the same thing that I'm hearing here. Your trauma, the things that you've been through, the things that you experienced, the things that you survived, were putting you in alignment with your destiny and for your path and your true path for this life, your true purpose to heal, to help, and to be a beacon of light for other people who have the same experiences as you, to help them through, to be that light that you wish that you had while you was going through those experiences. If you are currently going through something, please don't give up. Please don't think that just because things aren't turning out the way that you want, that things really aren't like happening the way that you wish, that it's your sign, it's your key to give up. No, because the perseverance card talks about like being right there, like you're right at the end. And this woman here, even though in the past I channeled her as like actually like making it through, then the actual book and the actual card, this woman gives up. And like literally as soon as she gives up, the curtain opens and she's not there to receive what it was that she meant to receive, despite her spirit guide here pushing her, encouraging her, and telling her to keep on. Don't be this woman. Don't give up when everything is right there. You're going through something for a reason, you guys. If you are in the middle of trauma, or keep saying trauma. If you're in the middle of something that might be a little bit tough and challenging, you're going through that for a reason. And it's time to like really realize that is happening for a reason. We have creation, and at the bottom we have quest. This is something that's going to allow you to like really create a beautiful and magnificent life for yourself in the future. Perception, to change your mindset, your viewpoints, and your opinion on something. That's literally what this reading is about. Changing your opinion and your viewpoint on what it is that you're going through. Focusing on what is true for your experience and what is not. And allowing yourself to create a beautiful life. But the thing is, though, you have to realize that this is a quest and a journey. You're not going to have all the answers. Everything isn't going to be revealed to you all way. You're not gonna have like the whole roadmap of your life like played out in front of you. Through your dreams, especially with the 12th house here, through your dreams, you might get bits and pieces about like your future, maybe some about your past, some about your present. I know that my dreams are like literally all over the place. In my earlier parts of my awakening, I had a lot of dreams about my destiny, but now I'm getting a lot more dreams about my present. So just know that everything is going to happen the way that it's meant to happen. It's only going to be one step at a time. Some of us are more fortunate to like get a roadmap, to get a sense or an idea. Some of us, we really have to go through it like extremely blind. It just depends on your level of connection and how your life is meant to play out, what's destined for you. But either way, just know that everything that's happening is happening for a reason. It's meant to strengthen, to empower you, to help shift your perspective and allow you to become more open, more able to help other people, and to inspire a deeper faith and connection in the divine plan for your life, for your destiny. Focus on what is and not what is not in your life. And you'll be A-okay. You'll be doing better than most, especially if you're going through something right now, like going through some kind of hardships, whether it's financial, whether it's like personal or existential. Focus on what is true, especially if you're going through an existential problem. Because in my past, I suffered a lot with existential dread, believing that my life has no purpose, that there probably, that maybe there's a God, but if there is a God, he don't like me because I'm suffering, I'm going through so much. You know, I have very transient friends. I'm outcasted by my family. I can't even go out and make new friends because I'm always regarded as an enemy, as an outsider, as this overconfident, cocky person when I'm in good energy and I'm really feeling like being myself. I put a lot of that energy into thinking that I was wrong. And that's not what you need to be. That is not. What is true is that you are who you are, that you are a person, that you are an individual, and that you are unique. Focus on what's true for your life and in a healthy way, okay? Because I know for me, I firmly and deeply believed that I was unworthy, that, I was a horrible person and yada, yada, yada. That was my is. But once I really decided to like isolate myself from people, because this was like the start of everything. Once I isolated from a big source of like that drama in my life for like a good month or two, I was able to come more clear on myself. I started watching YouTube videos. I started having YouTube videos being suggested to me about like personality typing. And I learned that I'm not like a horrible person. I'm just different. I have a rare personality type, a personality type that's not too common in the world and that's often misconstrued and have negative labels attributed to it. That was a very big and freeing experience for myself to know that I'm not awful, I'm just different. And that's something that you guys need to realize. When you take the time to disconnect, to become more sensitive to who you are, the answers and the truth of what is will be revealed to you. The Fool card. The answer of what is, the truth of what is, and what is not will become clear to you once you take the time out to isolate, to get inside yourself, and to really believe. and get into the energy of faith and try to connect to the source. Do 4 cards. Well, 5 if I do the bottom deck as well. It's the next card that want to come out, Father. Mm, beautiful. So I pulled the Fool, the Hierophant, Judgment, King of Wands, and the Six of Swords. And this is such a beautiful message because the Fool and the Hierophant and the Judgment, three major arcanas symbolizing one, faith and trust in the divine with the Fool card. This is about embarking on your quest, about going forth and going on your journey blind, with realizing that you're not always going to have all the answers, that things may seem senseless to you, but if you take the time out to connect to a higher source, to a higher power with the Hierophant card here, give in to your connection to the divine, seek wisdom, seek guidance, seek good counsel from the source, from the divine, you'll become so much more clear on what is and what is not for your path. This is very esoteric and very high spiritual. So you really have to like really pay attention and see how this reading resonates for you, because this is extremely powerful energy. It's very high-minded, high spiritual energy, and it's up to you to like really see how you're going to interpret it and process this. If you're getting coming away with a very negative mindset or being very confused about this reading, I suggest you watch it from the beginning. Watch it as many times as you need to until you truly understand. Sit with your own spiritual guides and your guidance and figure out how to process this in a beautiful way. Because the Hierophant here is talking about seeking guidance. It could be from people that are more wise than you, finding a teacher, or like really just like or like finding a teacher or like really just like coming more clear inside yourself. If you have a hard time connecting to yourself, then it's definitely finding someone that you deem as wise, someone that's putting light and love into your life. But the beautiful thing here with the Fool and the Hierophant is that this is your life is a faith walk, especially with the faith, the quest, and the destiny card here. Your life is going to be a faith walk, and it's up for you. And well, life is a faith walk. I'm hearing that is what is about this life. Though people might not want to believe it, though people want to like fall into the energy of the is not. What is true is that life is an exercise of faith always. And if you don't have like that faith, that belief, that sturdiness to persevere, you're definitely going to fall into the realm of the shadow of what is not, which exists outside the borders of reality. La La Land, what's not true, the darkness of the mind. You can really fall into that energy and live your life in that energy if you don't come into a closer alignment of what is true for your life. The Judgment card here speaks of elevation, of like really seeing the Hierophant card. This is an increase in your knowledge and your understanding, a shift of an upgrading of your perspective, of having a higher mind and being able to see the is and the is not of your life and a much more clear, and I'm hearing like a bird's eye view of your life, of becoming much more clear, stable, and secure in your energy. This speaks to the card of perseverance, of making sure that you have the fortitude to continue to go on with your life, no matter if you're going through a tough time or times are good. Having the fortitude to continue on and to persevere is what's meant for you. Because, like I said, everything in life happens for a reason. That is what is. What is not true is that you're meant to suffer. Suffering is is only like a means to an end. I'm hearing it's only a means to an end. It's only to help you acknowledge your power, to get you to try to heal certain wounds so that you could become much more well versed, much more knowledgeable, much more wise. about the wound in the first place, and to be able to carry that out and help other people. But if you have been going through a really tough and difficult time, the Six of Swords is here to tell you that this too shall pass. You'll move on. Things will get better. That's just the fact of life. Life is filled with ups and it's filled with downs. And that's just what is. Focusing on the is not and believing that your life is always going to be on a down is, again, living out the confines of reality, of the established laws and the pillars of this world and the pillars of creation. There's not only just downs and it's not always just up. That's a fantasy. That's la la land. You go through ups and you go through downs. So let's get some affirmation cards to help put the cherry on top of this reading, because this has been a very deep, very spiritual, very high spiritual reading, right up my alley. This is kind of readings I'm extremely comfortable with. So let's see what we got. Generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. Yes, this is about allowing that Chiron energy. I came in late, I'll have to rewatch. Yeah, this is about like actually allowing that generosity to flow, to keep going, and to allow things to like really circulate. This is that energy of healing your wound or trying to heal your wound, gaining the knowledge to heal your wound, but also giving that knowledge to help other people, that energy of Chiron. Let's see what else we have. Follow your heart. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. Again, this is the speaking to the energy of faith, of allowing yourself to like really go through and follow your path. There's also the energy of the quest card, allowing yourself to follow your path and to go along with it and to go through it with the knowledge, the understanding, and the belief that everything happens for a reason. This is beautiful. I love how these cards are like really in a different way, just wrapping up this entire reading. I'll give one more and then that'll be that. Ooh. Okay. Guess two more. We have patience. Patience is letting you know that things might not happen in the time that you think that they're going to happen. Like the follow the heart, like your follow your heart says, if it's taking too long to get where you want, just know that there's cool stuff to see along the way. That it's about the journey and not the destination. Something that I say very often on this channel, and especially during my Sacred Sunday readings for some reason. It's about the journey and not the destination. So if you're going through a down right now in your life, just know that there's some things that you're meant to learn, to absorb, and to understand in this period of like this downswing in your life. That's really going to help you empower you, help you become closer aligned to your destiny and what it is that you're meant to do in this life. Have confidence. In this moment, I step back and look at myself with pride of a good mother. I see an abundance of abilities and talents that show up all the time in big and little ways. If I could stick myself on the refrigerator, I would. I would invite all the neighbors over and say, "Look at that! Can you believe that an A plus? Can you believe what an A plus that is?" Yes. Have more pride in the things that you went through and the things that you experienced and accomplished. Know that what is that these were experiences to shape you, to grow you. All about the journey and not the destination, exactly. This is here to like really grow you as an individual. Have confidence, have faith in your path, and know that this is meant to strengthen you. The power card. You are so much stronger than what you realize, and so much stronger than what you believe. And I said that at the very beginning of this video when I was sharing and recounting my own experiences. how I thought that I was no one, that I wasn't really meant to be happy, that, if I died, no one would really care. You're so much more stronger, valuable, and important than even you believe in now. Every single person in this world, their life has value. Life is valuable. Life is meant to be honored, treasured, and loved, and lived to the fullest. So believe that. And know that even though life is meant to be honored, treasured, and loved, there's still ups and downs along this path and journey. You still got to go up and down mountains, through forests, through deserts, and through cities and towns. Just recognize the beauty in your existence and recognize the beauty in everything that life gives you in the way that it's meant to. And as you're going along that journey, until those things happen, until you reach that destination, everything that's happening is meant to fuel your personal growth inside yourself. So find joy in your experiences, find joy in what is, and really realize that what is not is just an illusion. What is not is just the shadows. It's the outside of reality. It's the encircling your experience. Because what is not part of what is. And just realize that you are exactly where you need to be. There's no need to do anything except go through the journey, to continue to go through, to take each step and to go through your experience and experience your experience with an open heart. I don't know how many times I can say experience in one sentence, but I'm gonna go for a record. And here, the card that I've been channeling this entire time, ups and downs. Life has ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride, and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what makes things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. So, thank you guys for being with me and for watching this reading. This was a little longer than most of my Sacred Sunday readings, but I thank you to all 241 of my subscribers, and to the all 30 of you who might watch this Sacred Sunday reading. I thank you all for your time, your participation, your love, and your support. Keep being rock stars, keep glowing up, and be blessed. Bye.